Hello, my name's Matthew. Welcome back to Hard Time Sports. This topic is my NFL picks for Week 15 of the NFL season. Let's start off with tonight's game on December 14th between the Denver Broncos at the Indianapolis Colts. Two absolutely horrible teams, and this is the game that you're going to put on. Well, I guess the schedule was already made before they decided to put these two teams on a Thursday night game, but two terrible teams. So it's like flip a coin and who you think's going to win. Colts don't have a defense, and their offense is not really that good outside of Frank Gore and T.Y. Hilton. So I'm not really afraid of them. But the Broncos offense is weak too. Too many interceptions by their quarterbacks. But at the end of the day, I'm going to take the Broncos defense that played good last week against the Jets, and I think will play good enough to win today's game. So I'm going to take the Broncos to win Indianapolis and beat the Colts tonight. Now, let's go to two Saturdays games that we have this week. Two Saturday games. Yep, I said it. Two Saturday games on Saturday the 16th. Yeah, the Chicago Bears at the Detroit Lions. I'm going to take the Detroit Lions to beat the Bears. I don't see the Bears going into Detroit to beat the Lions. I don't see them winning two road games in a row, the Bears. And their offense kind of played fluky last week against the Bengals. So I'm going to take the Lions and Matthew Stafford and Golden Tate to get the job done to beat the Bears on Saturday. Now let's go to the second game on Saturday the 16th. You have the LA Chargers at the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm leaning taking the LA Chargers, and I'm going to take the LA Chargers for one reason. They're playing better football than the Kansas City Chiefs. Yes, the Kansas City Chiefs did play better last week against the Oakland Raiders, but at the end of the day, the last 6 times I've picked the Chiefs before last week, they lost. So I'm going to go second week in a row of not picking the Chiefs and hoping the LA Chargers go into Kansas City and get the job done with Phillip Rivers. So the Chargers will beat the Chiefs. Now let's go to Sunday, December 17th games. First game, you have the Houston Texans at the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm going to take the Jacksonville Jaguars, led by Blake Bortles and Leonard Fournette, their quarterback and running back, and that great stout defense that the Jacksonville Jaguars have. And I really think the Jaguars are going to make the playoffs this year. I didn't pick them, but I think they're going to get the job done, and they're going to beat Houston because Houston seems like they're too up and down without Deshaun Watson. So there's no way I can pick them to go into Jacksonville and win. So I had to take the Jaguars in this one. Now let's go to the next game. You have the Baltimore Ravens at the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns are going to be 0-14. The Baltimore Ravens played pretty good against the Steelers last week, but in the fourth quarter, their defense fell apart against the Steelers. But they're playing the Browns. I think their defense will dominate this game, and the Ravens will be able to do anything they want offensively. I think the Ravens are going to beat the Browns. Now let's go to the next game on Sunday. You have the Green Bay Packers at the Carolina Panthers. This was a tough pick for me to pick. I was thinking about taking the Panthers at home, but Aaron Rodgers is back. He's going to play on Sunday for the first time since October 15th. I'm going to take the Green Bay Packers to upset, even though they have Aaron Rodgers, who hasn't played in almost 2 months, to beat the Panthers in Carolina. The Packers will get it done and keep themselves in the playoff race on Sunday. Now, let's go to the next game on Sunday. You have the Miami Dolphins at the Buffalo Bills. Last week, Jay Cutler played out of his mind with the Miami Dolphins as they beat the Patriots. But do I think he can do it 2 games in a row? No, absolutely not. I'm going to take Buffalo at home, led by LaShawn McCoy and their defense. So I take Buffalo to beat the Dolphins. Now let's go to the next game on Sunday. The Cincinnati Bengals at the Minnesota Vikings. I don't think the Bengals have a chance to win this game. Minnesota Vikings played terrible last week against Carolina. I think the Vikings will bounce back, and they will get the job done as they will beat the Cincinnati Bengals at home. Now, let's go to the next game on Sunday. You have the Arizona Cardinals at the Washington Redskins. I'm going to take the Washington Redskins just because the game's at home. Neither team are very good this year. Neither team are going to make the playoffs, but I'm going to take Washington at home to beat the Cardinals. Now, let's go to the next game on Sunday. You have the Philadelphia Eagles at the New York Giants. Carson Wentz for the Eagles is out for the season with a torn ACL. Whether they're going to make it to the Super Bowl, probably not. There's going to be a new contender in the NFC to go to the Super Bowl. But I still think the Eagles will get it done to beat the Giants, who are definitely taking their season to get a better draft pick. So the Eagles will beat the Giants. Now, let's go to the next game on Sunday. The New York Jets at the Saints. Saints lost last week to the Falcons. They need to bounce back and get a win, and I think they will get it done at home. Led by Drew Brees and the running attack of Alvin Kamara, if he's playing, and Mark Ingram to beat the Jets. So I'm going to take the Saints. Now let's go to the next game on Sunday. You have the Los Angeles Rams at the Seattle Seahawks. At the toughie. Rams lost last week to the Eagles. I think the Rams are going to bounce back, and they're going to get a much-needed win in Seattle. In Seattle, a tough place to play. The Rams will get it done and will most likely win a division with this win. If they lose, Seattle becomes a division winner because they would have beaten the Rams twice. So the Rams need to win this game. So I'm going to take the Rams. Now, let's go to the next game on Sunday. You have the Tennessee Titans at the 49ers. Tennessee looked bad last week. We don't know about Marcus Mariota, if he's hurt or if he's going to play or anything yet that I know about. But even if Mariota does play, I still think the 49ers are going to win that game at home because in the last two starts, Jimmy Garoppolo has played outstanding for the 49ers, and I think he'll continue. I'm going to take the 49ers in an upset at home to beat the Tennessee Titans. Now, let's go to the next game on Sunday. This may be the biggest game of the season, of any game of the season, with playoff implications on the line. You have the New England Patriots going into Pittsburgh to play the Pittsburgh Steelers. If the Steelers win this game, they'll probably get the home field advantage throughout the AFC playoffs, and the road to the Super Bowl will have to go through Pittsburgh. But at the end of the day, you'll have Rob Gronkowski, who's coming back from a one-game suspension. And you have Tom Brady, who played terrible against the Dolphins. And you're going to have a very ticked-off Tom Brady and a New England Patriots team. And I think at the end of the day, without Ryan Shazier for the Steelers, they have nobody to stop Gronk, who will be in beast mode. I'm going to take the Patriots to win at Pittsburgh and get the job done. Patriots will beat the Steelers on Sunday. Let's go to the next game on Sunday. You have the Dallas Cowboys at the Oakland Raiders. Oakland Raiders are inconsistent, up and down, up and down, up and down. I believe this is the last game of the suspension for Ezekiel Elliott. But I still think the Cowboys will get the job done as they will beat the Oakland Raiders in Oakland. Just because the Raiders are too up and down, you don't know what you're going to get one week to the next. I think the Cowboys are more of a consistent team this year. I think the Cowboys will beat the Raiders. Now let's go to Monday night, December 18th game between the Atlanta Falcons at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This game is an easy pick. I'm going to take the Atlanta Falcons to steamroll the Buccaneers. Buccaneers are terrible. I thought they were going to make the playoffs this year. Well, just like myself and a lot of people, we were dead wrong. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are trash. I'm going to take the Atlanta Falcons led by Matt Ryan and Julio Jones to win that game on Monday night to stay in the playoff race. So, those are my picks. So let's do a quick recap of my picks. Tonight's game, Denver Broncos over the Colts. Saturday's games, the Lions over the Bears, and the Raiders over the Chiefs. On Sunday's games, the Jaguars over the Houston Texans, Baltimore Ravens over the Cleveland Browns, Green Bay Packers over the Carolina Panthers, Buffalo Bills over the Miami Dolphins, Minnesota Vikings over the Cincinnati Bengals, the Washington Redskins over the Arizona Cardinals, the Philadelphia Eagles over the New York Giants, the New Orleans Saints over the New York Jets, the Los Angeles Rams over the Seattle Seahawks, the San Francisco 49ers over the Tennessee Titans, the New England Patriots over the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Dallas Cowboys over the Oakland Raiders, and on Monday's game, the Atlanta Falcons over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Those are my picks for week number 15 of the NFL season. And we only have 2 more weeks left after this week of the NFL season before the playoffs start. I'm Matthew. Enjoy the blog.